What up, world? What up, world? What up, world? You know who it is. You know what time it is, man. It's your boy OG Tech, aka the household name the streets love to hate, man. We are now live and direct. You know what I'm talking about? Um, y'all know I usually do my interviews on Wednesdays and Thursday, man, but some things came up yesterday. So we are definitely live tonight. Tonight we have King Travel Light coming on with us. Um, representing, man, from Wally, Georgia. Um, and he's coming through, man. He's an artist. He does beats. Just a well-rounded gentleman, man, that really be on his grind and doing his thing. You know what I'm talking about. But big salute to everybody that's out here rocking with me right now, man. Y'all know how I do it. Um, just a few things, man, that we got going on here. Please be on the lookout for, excuse me, for the One Team One Mission the mixtape. Well, it's not the independent music movement mixtape that I'll be dropping. It's gonna be a mixtape. It's gonna be probably 25 slots open for artists that want their music played. You'll be able to get your music on. We're not putting it through no distro, but when you do get it, we're gonna put it on DatPiff and a whole bunch of the mixtape sites. And then whatever you want to do with it, if you want to press it up and all that good stuff, that is fine. That will be on you. Um, if you want to go and make money off of it, but the thing that I'm trying to do is just get more artists to network with each other. So that's just my way of again using my platform and all that good stuff, man. But outside of that, man, I hope everybody is being safe. Everybody is on their grind. Everybody is staying productive and out the way of negativity. With so much of it going on right now in the world today, man. We just got to keep spreading these positive vibes and circle yourself around like-minded people. You know what I'm talking about? And stay on your grind. At these times, man, this is the best time that we all can really be great. And focus on our businesses and our craft and all that good stuff, man. The pandemic has really brought out a lot of great things in artists, because we now have the time to really do what we need to do. So in these times, man, just continue being great, and do you. You know what I'm saying? At this moment though, because I ramble on and on and on. We ain't about what I know. I'm just trying to put the positive stuff out there, man, because we need to hear that. You know what I'm saying? So but without further ado, we got my homeboy, man. I've known this gentleman for a very, very, very long time, man. When he was Lil Trav, man, real good dude. Like I said, man, he picked up this craft, man, and he's making beats. He's an artist, and very good dude. So let me go ahead and bring this gentleman on real quick. Real quick. What's going on, King?
Peace and light.
Peace and light. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm glad to be up here.
Man, glad to have you on, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the world, man.
Peace and light. I go by King Travel Light. I'm a music producer, recording artist, a musician, a teacher, engineer, basically a musical person that's just trying to use my talents to inspire people and just to be a positive light.
Hey man, I'm glad to have you on, man. Like I said, I've known you for a very long time, man. What kind of not now? So you're into music, man. Tell me a little bit about what got you into music, or what was the first like song that you heard that said, "Hey, look, I need to be a part of this."
Man, I don't even know. I know. For me, when it comes to hip hop, it was Outkast, man. It was Dungeon Family.
Okay,
It was,
okay.
my
What
brother,
was?
my brother was really into hip hop more than me. I was kind of more into jazz and different things at that time. But when I heard Outkast and just the soulfulness and just the lyrics, you know what I mean? I really
Right.
liked myself. And even then, I didn't decide that I was going to be an artist yet. I just
Mm,
was developing without even knowing it, you know.
right, right. So, how's everything going on around where you at, man? Like, is the pandemic bad down that way?
Yeah, I think it's kind of like everywhere else, man. It's just kind of hard to really gauge it. You know what I mean? It just
But does it did it get you in the studio to where like you are now like focusing and on that craft more than where you was versus when this first hit? You know what I'm
oh
saying?
oh yeah. Because prior I had been teaching.
Hmm.
It was good, but it was definitely taking me away from the things that I was doing before as an artist. I was more investing my energy into the young people.
Right, right,
So when everything got shut down, it gave me time to refocus and to get back centered on, making sure that
right.
I'm doing the things I need to do as far as my journey. So,
Okay.
and for me, it wasn't a hard thing to deal with, other than just making sure your family and everybody good, just being still. And that's always been my thing, man. I've always been able to just be still
Right.
and just work on what I'm doing. So it was another day for me, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I hear you said like you teach it, man. What is it that you teach? You said the youth, man. I'm interested. What you talking about?
I was teaching music production.
Okay.
Actually, I was, teaching kids how to record, how to engineer, how to
Hey.
artist. It was such a blessing, man. Charter High School, they wanted to start a program, for sound recording,
Hmm.
which is something that's not, being done a lot, and I was fortunate enough to be in the right place at the right time. And it was a great experience. My first student got a record deal, I'm sure
Oh,
you
word.
heard of Young King Osiris, but that was
Okay.
that was my first student, So, and I had others that had the success, and so it was definitely a great experience for me to be able to pour into the young people and to learn from them too. Because
Right.
I think it has given me a certain edge that I think people are gonna really hear in my new music. Just being
Right.
around the young people.
So tell everybody a little bit about your craft, man. Your music. What's the process, man, when you get into the studio and you zoning out, man, and putting your lyrics together and everything when you in the studio.
It differs, man. I daydream a lot, so a lot of times I may have an idea that may hit me earlier in the day,
Hmm.
and I'll be thinking about it.
Right.
I won't move on it right then.
Right.
I just be gathering all my thoughts, and so when I do start, I kind of visualize the whole thing before I start, so I can see where I'm trying to go before I go, and then I just
Right.
maneuver through. But I like sometimes I start with lyrics, or sometimes I start with a beat. Sometimes I do it simultaneously while I'm making
Mhm.
it. I'm writing. I'm kind of like gibberish. I'm just kind of
Right.
figuring it out. So with me, it's like I'm always evolving. I'm growing every day. So I don't stick to a certain you know plan too long or a certain regimen. I kind of just just keep growing and keep discovering different ways to approach it. And so some days, I sit down and take my time and just be meticulous, and some days I just explore and see where it goes. Then come back afterwards and then be like, okay, I like this, I can, So yeah. But I definitely I create most of my stuff alone. So I don't know. I think it's better for me because I get to really focus. And I think a lot of times people don't get where I'm going. So they might be like, so I have to just put it together first and then people
So when you get the whole thing together, then they be like, okay, all right, I see it. Okay.
It's like cutting hair. You see people first cut. I remember I used to always be fascinated. I would see people getting fades, and I was like, damn, they be fucking them up. They have wow, right?
Right.
But they have that's the beginning. But once they start fading
in, yeah.
Okay. But if
then they hitting that line up and everything, yeah.
Imagine being the first time getting a haircut, right?
Right.
And you looking in the mirror and this guy, like, you might nut up and be like, you might jump out the chair. I don't even want to see it through,
Right.
So I look at it like that. It's like, the process isn't always as beautiful as it may seem,
Right.
It's a very intense thing sometimes. And I feel like for me, because I dig so deep for every lyric, for every bar, everything I say, I dig very deep.
Okay.
I'm not just trying to rhyme, I'm not just trying to rap. I'm really trying to channel what's inside in the most articulate and powerful way.
Right.
So I have to dig very deep, And in my process, I don't write down, you know what I mean? I just write and just keep adding to it in my head.
Okay.
Just, I pace, I walk in the circle. I kind of like a madman sometimes. I guess that's another reason. I probably want people to see it because I don't want them to see me so vulnerable because I have to go so deep.
Right. So look, man, the production, man, excuse me, because there's not a lot of artists out there, man, that does both. The rapping and making beats. What kind of got you into doing beats?
I started I'm a producer first, man.
Right.
I was always a musician. Like I said, I think I might have mentioned that in the last interview that the first time I made a beat, a guy asked me to just play some piano or some keys on it.
Right.
And so just the creative process of it. And I approach rapping like it's all a part of the production. It's like I'm just being the artist as well.
Right.
As I started producing, I started evolving into wanting to create records and songwriting. Started wanting to write songs. I started writing songs, and then I started realizing that I was a really good writer. And then even being able to execute some of the deliveries and I just was becoming an artist because I was creating a sound and writing songs that was really me,
Right.
And I remember the first rap I ever did, man. I was producing for a guy, the first guy that ever gave me a shot with production, G-Thing. Very respected artist, in Jacksonville. Very respected person, and I used to work at a clothing store, and he would always come in. I would try to, man, check out my beat. Right. And it just so happened one of the girls that worked there knew him, and she vouched for me. And he listened, and ever since then we've been. Well, anyway, I had sampled a record for him, the Sade. We was doing a record called Paradise. And I'm gonna spit a little bit of this verse if you don't mind. First rapper I ever wrote. I still remember.
Let me hear.
And I went by Travis at the time. It was like Paradise was the concept. So I was like, Paradise to me would be travesty, living a life of luxury, swimming in a pool of jewels like Scrooge McDuck, at least showing love to my peace. Make sure everybody eat. That'll be a beautiful thing, the American dream. Because when I sleep, it's more like Nightmare on Elm Street. Defeat is obsolete. So I stay in the LAB rocking MICs over BEATZs. And when I reach my peak, I won't cease until I touch the sky, G. I won't sleep. Gotta keep it going till the wee hours of the morning while the cock-a-doodle crowing and the competition slowing. I'm maturing. into one of the best this my time and effort I have invested. So I guess I keep doing my thing, and maybe one day I can live like a king in paradise. When he
Ooh.
heard that, he was like, "Man, you gotta get on this." I was just wrote to it. I just wanted to let him hear what I wrote because I was
Right.
making the beat. And I was like, I just wrote, but that was the first time I heard myself. When I heard myself on the beat,
Mhm.
it was like, dang, I might can do this, you know. But I kind of, that was like the last thing I did for a while with them when I got to Atlanta. And what really got me into artistry was my mother passed, you know.
R.I.P.
Yeah, when she passed, man, it was that moment, that pivotal moment. What you gonna do? You gonna barbecue me?
Right.
That's just how I felt, you know. I felt like, damn, boy, life is a trip, man.
Right.
I can't be sitting around here worrying about or thinking about what I know. And then it's like she was always the driving force when it came to my creativity and just my artistry. It was like I feel like I owed it to her now. You know, so I put out my first album the year she passed, 2011, Mixed Emotions.
Mm.
And I've been going ever since. That's when I became the artist. I was like, you know, I got something to say now. You know,
Right.
and and to this day, you know, a lot of people still listen to that album. They still reach out to me telling me how, man, that's the go-to album when they need a lift, because that's what it was for me. It was therapy, you know. Like,
Right.
I got a record on there called Motherless Child, you know, me and my sister, and it was like, you know, and I think a lot of times with anybody, it's like those moments really, really define you, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, it was a very traumatic experience, and you know, my mother died. She committed suicide. I don't know if you knew that, but
Yeah.
it was a very hard thing, a pill to swallow, even to this day.
Right.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna shine for her. You know,
As you should, man.
I'm not gonna let that 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 spirit get on me too.
Right.
I'm gonna rise above it, and I'm gonna always make sure that my music will be something that people listen to that can keep them from giving up or keep them from feeling like it's over. You know,
That's real.
yeah,
Damn.
that's what my music about, man. That's why I like, you know, no matter what, because you know, like, and especially nowadays, it's like I feel like my music is right on. I feel like if any other time, people really need to tap into what I've been delivering, man. You know, because you know, so many people are just in a space where, you know, like uncertainty. So I just hope that even the stuff I've been did can be something that people can use even in these times. You
That's real. Especially yeah, these times right here, man. It is very, very trying times for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So, if you got something that can, you know, ease the mind or something like that, man, that's always welcome to any home because, um, it's crazy, man. It's like I said, it's just trying times right now, man. That's how I try to do my music also is just off of pain and struggle and all that, man. The
know?
things that I've been through, you know.
Right,
I don't try to go out here and talk about cars and watches and jewelry, man. It's just real life music from here. You know what I'm saying? So
but
yeah,
we all did that, man. You know,
you know. So
it's like, yeah, it's just time for music and this thing we call hip hop to really serve the purpose that it was meant to serve, and to lift people up, man. It ain't gotta be my story, your story, just as long as it's a real story, man. We
right.
always
That-
got a positive inspiration to a person that can really relate, you know.
yeah, that's real.
Like,
That's real. So look, man, how do you feel about, you know, how hip hop was in the '90s, man, and what we have now? How do you feel the direction of hip hop is going right now?
um, I feel like it's not even just hip hop. I feel like the culture of music, period, you know, as and I don't want to say that it's really changed. I just feel like it has become a lot more bold, you know, in its intentions, you know.
Hmm.
You know, I believe that it started in the '90s. I believe that the decline of basically the intent happened in the '90s, you know, even though it was a period we had a lot of great artists, and it was, we grew up on that stuff, but a lot of the content, a lot of the 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 the, the culture of it would start to, was starting to decline. Now,
Right.
now it's just like, uh, it's so capitalistic that it's like selling crack. You know what I mean?
Right.
Crack was so detrimental, but it was so lucrative.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, damn, this shit fucking up the hood, but man, coming up so fast.
So fast, right?
Hip hop is not, people literally lives are changing over one viral video, or I would tell my student YK Osiris, he went viral just in the studio. Next thing you know, he got a deal just off of one thing that just sparked. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
so a lot of people now are trying to do what they see is being done to get that instant fame.
Right.
So if it's having guns in the video, or literally going live and just pointing the gun at whatever, they doing that because they seeing people get on getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
You can't show nobody, I can get paid. It never been like that ever.
Right.
You still had to go to development and get on the road and put some work in.
Right. Yeah.
Now it's like you literally can do whatever you want to be, man, and not be for real. And like that's detrimental because these babies and these other people out here who don't know that they eating it up. Just like when you were little, you believe in Santa Claus, or you watch cartoons, or you watch your favorite wrestler. You believe in that. You was taught to do that, and now these young people are doing. They're emulating. They're manifesting all these things that have been planted in their mind. So
right.
It's really hard, I just lost another student, he got murdered, it's almost like it's a dangerous
Hard to hear that, man.
rapper. It's always been dangerous, but now it's like, it's like, you should.
It's different out there, right?
It ain't about rap no more. It's about who the big dog, and then
who got the big nuts out there.
everybody coming for the throne. So, but I do believe that even in our darkest times, something's going to strike. Some light is going to come out of this. And these same young people that maybe are kind of misguided, they're gonna catch on, and they're gonna wake up. And when they do, it's gonna be a beautiful thing,
So I asked this in my interviews also, man. So do you think that and I know they had an impact on hip hop, but if Biggie and Pac was still alive right now, do you think the game, that the hip hop how it is, man, will be the same, or do you think it would be a little different?
It definitely will be a little different because they had such a big impact on hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
But this industry is not controlled by us,
Right.
It's not owned by us. It's not so we're not. We still haven't got the power, or we still haven't got the mindset to, when we do get the power, to really shift it and shift the power more to our side.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give each other worse deals than they'll give us, because that we got a raw deal, so we may sign some people, but we give them a raw deal too, so they can't empower themselves and be able to control what it is they really want. So until we stop doing that, I don't care who it is. It's like if the culture is not being represented by people from the culture, it's going to always be toxic and be a false impression of what it is.
Right.
Because you've been around execs,
mm-hmm.
and they don't have a fucking clue what's really good, what's really going on. All they this is what sells.
That's what I want.
That's what I want. They don't understand the repercussions of all of that.
Right.
They got artists now that just, it's like, you got artists that have no honor, man, and no shame.
Mm-hmm.
And they're being rewarded for it. So what you think? A person ain't got nothing else, they gonna look at that like, okay, So you can have great people, because you have great artists now. You have people that you know, but it's like when you look at the balance of it, it's not. It's like it's a bunch of this and it's a little bit of that, you know.
Right.
But I do feel, especially with both of them, because I feel like Pop Pop was an artist, but he was so dynamic with his artistry. He was acting. He was doing a lot more. So I don't even know if he would even been in music that much longer. I think he was
Right.
Biggie was like really just getting started. He was such a raw. He was a phenomenon. Like you don't have too many of them, but it just he could care less, man. He just had it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think he definitely would have just he would just help that bar super high. Jay,
Right.
man, I respect JT for carrying it and just trying to keep the art form on the level. Him and Nas and people like, but Biggie was like that kid, man. Like you can't outrank. You know what I mean? Like he just too witty, man.
Right. Right.
He just had that it. Like it's like, man, he just had it. You know what I mean? So
Right.
he definitely would have, you know.
Yeah. I say the same thing, man. That I somebody said the same thing that you just said. Far as like if Pac was still here, man, that he may not have stayed into rap because
Right,
he was transitioning so much into the
right.
movie game. You know what I'm saying? So,
He just
uh,
like here, man. Like he could have literally been an emperor or a king or something.
right.
Like, he was, you know.
But the music he was dropping, man, just the gems that he was giving us
Mm-hmm.
back then, you can go back and still listen to them albums, and it just fits with the times now. You know what I'm saying?
I was thinking about him the other day when he was saying it's gonna be really hard to smile in the future, and I'm like, damn, boy.
He said it.
And I swear, man, I'm just like, I don't look at people funny, but I'm like, what's so goddamn funny?
Right.
Well, we are living in some dark and evil days, man.
Hmm.
All right here playing, man. You better love the people that you love, man. You better enjoy them, man, because man, this world it's shifting, man. But it's just like it's a lot of weird stuff going on.
Right.
And for me, sometimes it's hard to even just focus on music a lot of times because like it's a bigger picture problem. Then I have to remember that God gives us these gifts and these talents. That's our power.
Mm.
Like you have to use your power to empower others.
That's real.
And no matter what happens, you stick to what God is giving you. If something going on and you want to add to the movement of you, if you're a painter, you need to go hard on your paint. You need to put murals up. You need to anywhere they go, they better see something that can inspire them through your art. If you're a singer, if you're a fighter, whatever, in times like these, everybody needs to really tap into themselves and really be a light, shining bright, and realize that no matter what, they can take everything, but they can't take what God gave you.
Man, that's real. That's real, boy.
What your ancestors have cultivated centuries and centuries and centuries and passed down, and now it's your turn to add to that legacy, man. You got to do that no matter what. Because on the end of the day, that's the only thing that's gonna matter, man. The future.
That's real.
What you gonna add to it? You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yeah, and not only that, man, is breaking generational curses. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
That
So what
that
do we mean by that when we say generational curses? What does that mean? Do people even know what that means?
breaking generational curses, man. That is like that's one of those things that we have to start doing also. And we have to do that. Not only us doing it here, but once you start breaking those little things, you got to and like you said, you got to put it into the youth to keep. Now that you done broke it, you got to put it in the youth, and now you got to make sure that they on the right path. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. But in order for them to be on the right path, they have to follow your leadership.
Right. That real.
It's simple as that. If they see, and for the man, if the young man sees the man moving a certain way, You just move the way he moves.
Mm-hmm.
If he get up early and get to work, you get your ass up early and get to work.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell people, working ain't hard. It's just deciding to do something that sometimes it's a challenge. It ain't. It's like if you able, especially when you're young, it ain't hard to work on something. It ain't got to be what I do or what he do, but whatever it is that you decide that you want to be or going to be, just work on that every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's simple as that.
Yep. Find your passion. That's
We put video games in their hand and all these distractions in their hand, and we don't, and we doing them a disservice.
it. Mm-hmm.
We supposed to raise them up, not they don't supposed to raise themselves up.
Right.
And so then when they get to a certain stage and they don't have the mindset, then we penalize them.
Right. That real. You just said some real shit then, bro.
It's like we gotta do better.
You just said some real shit there, bro.
Because it's like if we really believe that we come from a history of greatness, we still see landmarks and different things to remind us of the excellence.
Mm-hmm.
Then we know that we're capable of that.
Right.
So if we are capable of that, then there is no excuse. Is there something wrong with the young people? Are they not capable? No. Or are they being trained and set up to be, successful? It's like the generation curve, like we oppress people. We know. So how are we gonna reverse that? If somebody's oppressing you, that means that every step you take, they're trying to block it. That's basically what oppression is.
Right.
So it wouldn't be wise to stop taking steps. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because now you're making their job easy. So if anything, we need to take more steps. Okay, you want to impress me? Well, I hope you're ready. You're gonna have to work extra hard to impress me.
Mm-hmm.
And we coming. And if we do that, they don't have. There's no way in hell they can stop us.
That's it.
Stop us for a second. They can stop us for a day. But if we come constantly every day with that pressure, they're not gonna be able to do that. And that's what we gotta get the young people to understand. Like as much a pressure that y'all put on each other, if y'all shift that pressure for a year and really see who the real op is, the real opposition, just study it. Just really take time to learn for yourself and see the facts, see the history, and open up and realize that, man, if we stop being oppressed, we won't even have a mindset that oppresses each other. But I'll tell you, all we're doing is reflecting what's been on us.
On us, yep.
The hate that we have for ourselves because that's what's been on us. So now we're going inward with it because we want to feel a sense of power.
Right.
So we oppress each other because it makes us feel powerful. We'll piece over a block, over a piece of land, over a place to hustle. And, I hustle right here. You can't hustle right here.
Right.
The same thing they do to us. Oh, this is my land. You can't make no money around here. The same thing they do to us.
So do you ever think, man, that there'll ever be a time where while you're speaking on that, man, do you ever think that there'll be a time where we wake up?
Right. You know what I call my album? The time is now.
Right.
Man. That's the only thing that matters, bro. Because there will never be one day or someday.
Right.
It's like it only takes a second to change directions. That don't mean you got a long road to go, but it don't take but a second.
You know what thing that bothered me though, man, is that we could come together, because camera phones is the thing now. We come together when there's a police shooting of a black man or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But once that fizzles out, then it's gone.
Yeah.
I feel like, and my other thing is it's so much coming together with that, but we don't never come together when one of a black man and another black man got a gun and they shooting each other. How come we don't come together when it's time for that, but we'll come together for when the police gun us down? You know what I'm saying? We need to stick together at all times through every situation. You know, every situation. What's going on, Pin Gang? Yo, you there? Hey, I think I lost the homie, man. He froze on me. He froze on me, man. And he gone. Uh, Let me send him a message just to see where he at. Let's see here. We'll be back with him, man. Hopefully he'll come back. But until then, I can continue telling y'all. Look like he just got back in. Hold on, y'all.
That's how I do. You start talking at you.
Hey, look, I saw you go put your head down. You was on the phone and you just froze on me. You know.
Right, that's how it be. Sometimes you get talking too raw.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but what you were saying though, you remember?
No, I was saying because you was talking about how I asked you about how you feel about us. We need to come together. Do you think it'll ever happen? And you said that the name of your album was what you said.
The time is now.
The time is now.
It will happen, and we gotta believe that because we gotta know that all you gotta do is happen.
Right.
Because I feel like we're becoming too fixated with this thought of when and one day and and realize that we had the power to change our whole situation in a moment. It's like I've been thinking about this a lot. Moment, right?
Right.
If you're in the moment, right, you that means that you're in the present, right? You're present. Mm-hmm. So if you stay present, you always be present, right?
Right.
So how long can we stay present? How long can we stay present? How long can we stay focused? How long can we stay determined? How long can we stay united? And that's the answer. If we can unite for a day, we can unite for another day. If we can unite for a week, we can unite for a month. If we can unite for a month, we can unite for a year. We can stay united.
Right.
Bet that the only way we're going to survive this oppression is to be united. It ain't one man against an army or never win. No man is an island. It's like maybe one day, that never may come, we can all be in peace and harmony and not have to, move in packs or be united. But for now, we don't have that circumstance. We've had enough history and enough evidence to show that, they'll gun a man down. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
By itself, unarmed. There's 2, 3 of them, 4, 5 of them, and they'll take advantage of that man.
Right.
So that's how that's how it happens. But what happens if you pull a man over and 6 cars pull over beside him and they all get out? What happens then? You have just de-escalated it.
Right.